I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at NAB 2019. This is Dave Colantuoni from Avid, and you guys are just coming off Avid Connect, which is your sort of pre-NAB conference. And just why don't we tell people a little bit about that? You're inviting sort of users of Media Composer, and explain what you guys do at Connect.
Yeah, so we basically have a community of our customers and anyone in the industry that wants to be a part of it, of the ACA, and you're able to join and you're able to come to this event. There's many facets of it actually. We have an event every year. We have a vote for our users who can, once a year, we let them vote on our products so they can prioritize some of the things we want to do in development or things they want us to do.
So wish lists.
It's a wish list. We also have committees where we look at everything from new emerging technology to video editing to sound and mixing and Pro Tools. It's quite extensive, but every year we have an event right before NAB. We invite all of the Connect members to come join us, and we have this couple-day event of breakout sessions, and our big product reveal is that day too. So it's really, really neat.
Yeah, and speaking of product reveals, you guys, a big announcement around Media Composer. It's essentially an all-new user interface, an all-new engine. Can you talk about why now is the time to do that? I'm assuming because your users have asked for that kind of thing. Yeah. But why was it important to sort of rejigger it now?
Well, so it really goes back to Jeff and our new CEO, and really coming to us and asking us, and this is a conversation we had, he's been a member of this community for over 30 years. Yeah, Jeff Hosika, exactly. And he's like, came to the team and said, I'm a part of this community. I really want to invest and double down on the creative products, and I really think Media Composer needs to really get some work done to it, so we need to get to it. And so he gave us a challenge and we rose to it, and what you see today is exactly what he asked us to do, and we're in every production that you see for every movie being produced or television show or news, but we need to make sure that our users are continuing to advance their workflows, and not only that, making a product that's easy to step into and learn for new users. So we had quite a challenge, but so that's how it all sort of started.
So the new UI, which is going to make it easier for people that maybe haven't worked on Media Composer before, but what about existing Media Composer users? Are they like, or can they just work the way that they've been working?
We've made it so good product design really means that existing users can continue to work and evolve their workflows without interruption. And I think we've nailed it. We spent a lot of time working on making sure that we're not prohibiting them from doing their work, but also making sure that they can keep moving forward and work faster and smarter. I guess I didn't even really tell you what we did, so let me start there. Yes. So I think the first thing we sort of had these 4 pillars of things that we talked about as we came to explaining the new Media Composer, and it's around a whole new brand new interface. So we've redone the UI, it's a fresh look. We've done a lot around media organization and bin management, a lot around how users interact with the UI itself. For panel, we've introduced a paneled UI, but we've given a whole bunch of flexibility that sits behind it. The second part of it is we've introduced a new media engine, which really drives a couple of different things. One, a distributed processing engine, which is a render farm. So if one thing we hear is with the emergence of 4K, 8K, HDR, creative editors are really spending a lot of time processing and things like that. This is the ability to set up a render farm and offload all that processing, and the editors can keep going. We've also, with that, introduced OP1A support, and we've also introduced, in light of some emerging OTT like Netflix, a lot of finishing and delivery capability, so IMF support, a 32-bit pipeline.
Sure.
All of the effects have been rewritten so that you can work in 32-bit float and use all the effects and keep your color pipeline pristine in Media Composer, which is something completely different than we've done before. And then the last part of this, is, as if we weren't busy enough, is we created a brand new product called Media Composer Enterprise, which is a product that allows you to customize Media Composer any way you want to use it. So if you have a post organization that has editors and loggers and producers, you can actually turn things off in a user interface in an administration panel that allows a particular user, to only see a particular part of the UI that you want them to see.
Sure. Now, and that's larger organizations, just post houses. Is it scalable? So who's using it?
Yeah, so it is for larger organizations, like a post house. Maybe they have 50 or 100 users of doing a bunch of projects. News organizations, even like journalist editors, they could set up a Media Composer so that they only see a few tracks of video and a few tracks of audio, maybe one bin and one codec, because they have a house codec that they work in. So it's very, very flexible. The biggest thing we've seen is you can also turn off export. So, and with security, a lot of a lot of people editing very sensitive content, films, and there's a lot of money put into some film productions today. The ability for a rogue person to come in and maybe export some media and then do something malicious with it, you can actually just turn off export if you wanted to do it. It's pretty flexible.
That is pretty cool. Anything else within the system or anything that was introduced this weekend that you want to share before I let you go and get back to the craziness?
No. So there was one cloud thing I think would be great for from a post perspective. That, of course, we're known for Media Composer and Pro Tools and a whole bunch of other things in storage. We have a Nexus product line.
Right.
We actually have this extension to Nexus called Nexus Cloudspaces. So what it is, it gives you the ability to back up or park your media in the cloud. So if you have a bunch of Nexus working on a project and you want to move things off and temporarily store it, you don't have to go deploy another whole Nexus or storage device. You can literally use the Azure cloud to do that. So,
and that's called Nexus Cloudspace.
Nexus Cloudspaces, yep. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Come check it out if you're at NAB, or check out our website.
Yeah, why don't you tell people where they can find out more about Avid's news?
Best place, www.avid.com.
Fantastic, Dave. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm Randy Altman, Post Perspective. This is Dave Colantuoni from Avid.